Welcome to the Rad Conversations podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Rad Conversations. Let me ask you this. What if your soul has lived before and the energy you carry today isn't random? On today's episode, we talk past lives, reliving trauma across lifetimes, and what it really means to clear someone else's energy. But to have this fascinating conversation, we need to sit down with Jolene again. She's a death doula, a psychic medium, and Akashic Records reader. She even shares the one message she believes that humanity needs to hear right now. All that and more coming up on this episode of Rad Conversations. And remember, if you enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, let's dive in. So, Jolene, your website is soulexpansionguidance.com. You also have the YouTube channel, Soul Expansion Guidance. So how often are you doing these Akashic readings?
Whenever I'm asked. I used to do them quite often. I've been very involved with my son lately, so I haven't been promoting myself as much just because I haven't had the time. But yes, I definitely, I've done many, many, many.
And do you get energized from them, or do you kind of get drained from doing them?
A little bit of both, because I'm connecting my energy to yours, and so it's like it's can be very exuberating, I guess, in some ways, enlightening, because I'm also connecting with source energy, which is infinite energy, right? However, yeah, this human body experience, I do get a little tired, and I have to kind of sift through afterwards and release other people's energy so that I'm, not still seeping out my energy to other people. So yeah, it's a process.
And it takes you that time that it took us at the beginning of this to get into it. It's usually about the same time frame.
Yeah, and I kind of prepared myself a little bit. I knew going in I was going to have this at 10 o'clock, so I kind of was clearing my auric field. I wonder if some of that was why we had a hard time getting connected. I said, okay, so before I did that last thing, I said, all right, clear anything that is in my auric field that's going to be a distraction or something that is not going to make this neutral. I would like that to be. And as soon as I did that, I came on. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for everybody, we had some technical issues, which we did not have last time we did a session together. So it was interesting. It kind of stressed me out a little bit. It probably took you a little bit out of the zone, maybe. A couple more real quick questions, just in general.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a reading where you just stopped because that person's energy was just so negative, or you just didn't like what you were seeing? Or
Not in that sense, but yes, I was doing a healing session with somebody, and we did a guided meditation, and she went very far back into a lifetime where she was being burnt at the stake, and she was seeing it, she was experiencing it, and she was feeling it. And I was trying to bring her out because she was screaming in pain, like she was feeling it.
oh wow.
And so that was a time where I just worked hard to bring her back, because I didn't want her to experience that in such a traumatic way. The point was to heal the trauma, not create more. And so we did work through that. So I have had those kind of experiences, but not really where it's to the point of I don't want to be
And
part of
on the
this.
flip side, have you had anybody that was directly related to Jesus or Mary Magdalene or?
Yes. Actually, if I'm going to be frank, I had a lifetime as Mary Magdalene, and I know someone who had a lifetime, and I just see that as an archetype and an energetic thing. And I do think that there were many, I do believe in multi-dimensions, and there could be many people that had that experience, right? So I just kind of see it as more like that's that energy that you had, or for that lifetime. And maybe on other dimensions, someone else was Mary Magdalene, right? On a different earth.
I mean, if we're all
So,
connected, it would make sense. Yeah.
yeah. But it's just like kind of that's your soul's energy. Just like I say, you're connected. I saw you very connected to Archangel Michael, that's just like I see it like a layer, like rainbow beams, right? So there's many people that are on that ray of light, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's like you're embodying that energy, and it's almost like a very protective, also creative energy, a creator energy. Um, so yeah, I just see it kind of like that. I don't see it as like, whew, I was Mary Magdalene, like here's my badge, like right. So
And has anybody ever asked you, do you see when I'm going to pass away?
I do not go there because I
Okay.
don't think that that is something we should. It's almost like a sacred thing that I shouldn't even connect to. Yeah,
And you felt like you and I and Trisha had a connection,
I
um,
do. Yeah.
which I believe she has a great story about. We contacted like 4 months ago, and then she kind of lost my number, and then she had a spirit tell her, "Hey, get a hold of that guy," and she had to go through a bunch of notes to find my name and
Yeah.
contact me. And I know she reached out to you and said, "Hey, give this guy a call." Do
Yeah.
you feel like a lot of people that come in contact with you have a past relationship with you too?
I do. And I also think that, the more that you're in that high vibration, you're attracting people that are on that same path as you. And, you know, just like when you're in a negative space of, you kind of attract other people that are negative. So I do think that it just naturally magnetizes to you, you know?
Yeah, I've wanted to do, and I've looked into it before in the past to do Akashic Records reading and past lives and that stuff, and it just didn't line up. And then when you said it, I was like, hey, I'm going to make this happen. Once again, I feel like there is something there that
Yeah.
you are attracted to certain people at certain times to do certain things,
Absolutely.
you
Yes.
know.
And I would see this over and over again when I would do metaphysical fairs, and people would come in and they would look. There's other psychic readers, right? There's other tarot readers, other mediums in the room. I would say probably 10 of us in the room. So they would look around and they say, I was just really drawn to your energy. And I had their medicine. And that's what we do. I think that we are drawn to people who have a message for us. And there was one woman who she tried me and she was like, I've never really connected with your energy. And I was like, I kind of haven't either. You don't have to come to me. I would have a hard time reading her. And it wasn't that she was bad. We just weren't on the same frequency. And that's okay. Like we just sang different songs and that's okay.
Any of these readings that you've done, can you tell us the most fantastical thing you came across?
Hmm. I've come across a lot of fantastical things.
Many today for me. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, watch this a number of times for multiple reasons. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna deep dive on everything you said to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that one of them was my very first time. I hadn't done a mediumship reading before. And I joined this, I met this woman and she had a psychic fair in Houston. And it was my very first time working with her. And I never told her I was a medium, but I did tell her I came from a line of mediums because great my great great grandmother was a medium. And I wasn't advertising that because I never really did mediumship readings at that point. But I did, psychic readings and energy readings and readings similar to what we did today. Um, and here comes this woman. I hear you do mediumship. And I'm like, so I bought I bought a ticket for you. I would like to do a mediumship reading with you. And I was like, oh crap. Well, I guess we're going to do a mediumship reading. And I just did it.
Oh wow.
And I got her dad real well. And that woman became a regular client of mine. So it was crazy for me. It felt like, am I accurate? Had a little bit of a nervousness, like I wouldn't be accurate. And, that was really cool. So I guess that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And that's the wonderful thing about this work. It's like I've learned so much about how energy is energy. We label it mediumship. We label it past life relationship, past life regression, or whatever. Energy is energy. And so once you learn how to connect and read it, you can do anything, you know, you can read anything.
That's a beautiful message. We should end it there, but I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
Why end on a high note? No. I mean, what is the one message, and that sounds like it, but what's the one message you want everybody as a society on this planet right now to kind of, vibe with?
I really, I mean, especially the state we're in right now with a lot of these crazy political things going on. I just think that if we got to that point of realizing we're all connected, gosh, all this stuff would just fall away. The stuff that it doesn't matter. Like, you know, who's from this country or who's from that country? Who makes this money? Who makes that money? Where should the gas prices go up or should they go down? Like, all this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're all connected. What hurts you hurts me. What hurts me hurts you. And that's how it really should be. And we all have to realize we're all connected. Living in a world where we could be in peace with each other would be amazing. And it starts within, because we really are battling ourselves and we haven't mastered that yet. So when we heal that part of ourselves that is battling within, that's when unconditional love can really embody us, and we pass it on to others. You know, that's kind of where I feel. I wish the world would be there.
Well, and yeah, and I've heard that in the next year and a half, maybe 2 years, a year and a half really, that we're going to have aliens contact, and that will push us all to realize that we are all more alike than we are different when we have this alien contact.
Yeah.
And that will unite us. Fingers crossed.
Let's hope that happens.
Divide us more or put us together. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
hey, there's only one way to find out. Wait for the aliens to come.
Yeah.
Jolene, thank you so much for joining me today and going over my Akashic Records. And folks, please reach out to her. This was a fantastic session for me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. What's the best way that people can reach out to you?
You can reach me at www.soulexpansionguidance.com. I also have Soul Expansion Guidance on YouTube, and yeah, just all my information is all there. So, yeah.
Well, thank you again for being on the show, and look forward to having you next time.
All right. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for watching the show today, folks. And if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and share. And like always, stay rad.